We are so excited to have people from all over the world here to make a difference, to make it happen. And I want to talk to you about what our mandate is as a foundation. Now, this isn't my foundation. This is your foundation. My wife and I were just the ones that got it started. We're the ones that have planted the seed, but really this is your foundation. You're the ones that are going to go out there and make it happen. But what's the real mandate of the foundation? What is it we really want it to be able to do? Well, the goal is to do 1 million hours of online classes and to have 100,000 students. Now, in order to be able to do that, you just got to remember, what is our purpose? Well, our purpose is twofold. The bigger picture, the big picture, the mandate picture is to improve generations of people's lives. Our goal is not just to change your life. Our goal is to be able to change the lives of those people that you love. Okay. And we can't do that, but you can. You are the ones that's going to make that difference. Now, when you learn these success strategies, when you start doing your investing, when you start doing a small business and doing real estate and doing all these other things to improve your life, and your goal is to move up a notch, move up a notch, move up a notch. Your goal then is to be able to go out and help someone else and teach them. Now, when you teach them, you learn more than anything. It's true. The teacher learns more than the students, because the teacher needs to study and do it and make it all happen. So the real purpose is not to just change your life, but to change generations of lives. And that's what our mandate is. Now, we do that by providing free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere. And we do that with this wonderful platform and the ability to do this all over the world using the internet. But truly, the real key is for you to learn systems and strategies and then be able to take those systems and strategies and go out and teach other people. So our real goal is to get 1 million hours and 100,000 students. Now, we're about 1/10 of the way there. And how we got to the first 100,000 hours is crucial. But in order to get to 1 million, we're going to have to exponentially do some fun things with it. Now, our real goal is to help thousands and thousands of people start changing their life by starting to invest. And in the next segment, we're going to talk about the ups and downs, about the investment world, about real estate, about small businesses and all those things. And it is kind of a roller coaster. Now, for many people, you want to get there faster. We have fun on the roller coaster. But as you get a little bit older, you might decide, hey, I just want to get on the merry-go-round. I'm going to teach you some strategies, because if you just watch the news, you're all confused, because their job is to have you confused and keep watching so they can sell you advertising. Our goal is to make it simple so you should understand how we do it. Now, the way that we get to that 100,000 students and the 1 million hours is that our students need to enroll more students that will enroll more students, that will enroll more groups. So just like in a business, there's only 3 major ways that you can grow your business. There's 3 major ways that we're going to grow the foundation. Now, there's a whole bunch of subsets to that, but the big picture is that we need to have our students, we need to enroll more students that will enroll more students. And the key then is to find some that will enroll whole groups. And so you notice that's what we've been doing. And our goal is to be able to enroll a whole group at a time. Now, when we do that, there's 4 different kinds of chunks. And all of you are all of these. And I'll give you, this is some new marketing terminology for you, but some people just enroll people. And we've had 761 of you that have taken your free link. When you log in, just pull it down to referral link, and then you just copy that and you can email that out or messenger it, text it, or you can go down to the one that says QR code. And after you've logged in, it creates a unique QR code just for you. And you can pull out your phone, make a snapshot of it, and show people. And you can say, hey, would you like a free membership? And this is what I tell people. It says, they ask me what I do or what I'm interested in or something that I've been doing. And I says, well, you know what? I found this wonderful foundation. It's called successandmoneyfoundation.org. They're a nonprofit educational foundation and charity. They're an NGO. They teach kids, teens, young adults, and adults about success and money, because most likely you didn't learn it in school. These courses are taught by best-selling authors and educators. Would you like a free membership? And then when they say, yeah, I would. And so I simply pull out my phone, I pull up my QR code to show them the QR code, they scan it, and that's how we enroll people. Now, the next thing is to enroll people, but the real key is to get them and teach them how to do the same thing. It's about duplication. Now, remember, we're a foundation, we're a charity, we're an NGO. We're not in multi-level marketing. We're not an affiliate program. We're none of that. Our goal is just opposite of that. Our goal is to be able to influence and a lot of people. So the way we do that is we have influencers. So when you enroll somebody, your goal is then to help them learn how to enroll somebody. And the fun of it is to see what kind of impact you have. You know, you'd be just amazed when I show you some of these leaderboards of how many people have enrolled someone else and how many of those people enrolled somebody else. And that's just 2 levels. We have students that have done that hundreds and hundreds of times. And then those people have enrolled more people. And just because they started and talked to people, over 8,000 hours of online learning has been accomplished. So that's an influencer. So it's basically the second level. Now, what's a connector? Well, I'm kind of a connector. What that means is that I put the right people together and then I get out of their way. I have the big thing is to earn more money, you have to learn how to solve bigger problems. Well, I'm not the guy that knows how to solve the problem, but I know how to find the guy that can do it. And so here's a problem, here's somebody that can solve it. I get them together, and we talk about what it needs to be done, and then I get out of the way and they do it. I'm the connector, and then they do it. My friend Mark Victor Hansen, the Chicken Soup for the Soul guy, and Robert Allen, those 2 guys are connectors. Mark is probably the craziest connector I know because he knows everybody. And if I said, Mark, I need to talk to Wayne Gretzky, the famous hockey player, he would say, well, I know somebody who knows somebody who knows Wayne. And they would be able to connect me. Well, you're a connector too. You're a connector too, and your job is to connect people and help them get to their next level. Now, sneezer is somebody that when you sneeze, it does a very good virus. Now, you've heard about the bad viruses with COVID. Well, this is 180 degrees opposite that. These are good viruses, and they're a sneezer. So when they talk, other people listen. Now, our goal is to make the foundation go viral. It needs to go viral so that it really takes a life of its own. And that has done that. If you look at our chart, we have just gone crazy over this last year. Now, in addition to that, in order to get to 1 million hours, our students need to attend more classes. They need to attend more classes, and they need to open more investment accounts, and you need to feed your investment accounts. Now, again, some of you are watching the whole marketplace where it's going, and it's going down in value. There's a difference between losing money and losing value, okay? Now, the people you want to listen to is don't listen to all the people on TV, listen to Warren Buffett. He's buying, he's buying. So don't listen to all the naysayers of everybody up here. They're saying whatever they're saying to get your attention. Listen to the guys that are doing it, and more importantly, watch what they're doing. Don't even listen to them because they're probably not talking much. So that's one of the things that we want to teach you about the long-term investing. We'll do more of that. And the real key is to help you start small businesses. Every one of you need a side hustle. Every one of you need to be able to learn how to make more money. In order to do that, we need to teach you about small business, because every one of you should have a small business that can make you some extra money on the side. Now, how do we do this? Well, we do it by sharing the wealth of free success and money classes. That's how we get it out there, is by you sharing that wealth. So I want to congratulate the top influencers that have been so great out there that have made this happen. And I'm going to show you one of the great things that we're going to do as we have added some new pieces to the website. So I'm going to have Jake take us to the website, and I'm going to show you the new programs that we're launching. And these are going to get very, very crazy right after Christmas, but we want you to get started. So number one is that we want to make sure that you understand how to get your QR code. So if you go in over here and you log in, and after you've logged in, it gives you the rights to be able to see some new things. Now, many of you around the world are using data versus a Wi-Fi. And so sometimes your connection's quite slow. So just be patient with it. You click the button. Remember, we're grabbing data from all over the world and combining it into the site. And so click it, be patient. Usually look down on the bottom and you can see that it's crawling right there. If you're on Wi-Fi, it goes faster. If you're on desktop, it goes even faster. But if you're on a phone with low bandwidth, then that's one of the issues. But you're going to come here, and after you've logged in, there's a thing that says your name. It says on this one, it says, hi, Jacob. Now, if he pulls down to the referral link, let's go to the referral link right above there. This is where you can simply copy the link, and you can see copy and paste right there. Copy it and then paste it and send that along. And that's the link that works really great if you're messaging somebody or if you're emailing somebody. Now, what I love is the new QR code. And I'm so thankful for my team that has figured this out. And so when they come to here, they'll be able to see it. You'll see that right there where it's yellow, it says click here to get your code. And you'll notice that what I do is I just take a snapshot on my phone. I just take a snapshot, I keep it, I put it into my photos. I even created a contact that says Tom's QR code, and I just pull it up and people just scan it to be able to get their free membership. Now you'll notice that we've been doing that in groups and we've been signing up 50 to 100 people at a time. So everybody gets a unique QR code. Now the reason for this is that we want to show you how well you're doing and how you're making such a difference in people's lives. So as you scroll up, once you share that link or the QR code, then there's a place here for people to be able to register. And again, registering simple, first name, last name, a display name that you want to be known for on the leaderboards, an email, because we need to make sure that we can send you wonderful things and confirm that you're actually a member, a text number, which is helpful. And we don't text very often, and then a password. Now, once you've done that, the next piece is to decide, what are you? Are you just coming in as an individual? If you are, that's perfect. That's great. We want you to just come in and sign up as an individual. But if you're part of a group, you'll simply click on the button and you can say, well, what kind of a group are you? Well, most people might be just a SAM group, a success and money group. And I'll show you that in just a minute. Say, well, I'm a SAM group. So SAM group, well, which country do you live in? And you say, well, I happen to be in the Philippines. And then it'll say, well, what subgroup are you? Well, I am the Capas High School little group, or I'm the Rise, whatever it happens to be. Now, in the future, you're going to sign up other kinds of groups. Let's go and pull it up to a church group. Now, this is what's kind of fun is that we have church groups all over the world that are kind of competing with each other. And again, it's just another layer of fun. Okay. And so then it says, okay, well, pick which congregation you are. Which congregation you are. And again, remember, we're a foundation. We're not selling stuff here. We're just giving. So you can put your congregation in. Then you get to pick a subgroup if you want to. And the subgroup makes it even funner because now it's like the young men versus the young women, the adults versus the kids, whatever you want that subgroup to be. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. We do the same thing with elementary schools. We do it with homeschoolers. We do it with junior highs. We do it with all kinds of groups. And if you're interested in that, make sure that you send us an email at successandmoneyfoundation.org. But more importantly, we've created a brand new system here for you. So if you go to where it says home and then pull down the home, there's two things. There's a new welcome here. That's kind of fun to be able to show people the shortcuts. And so when you come here, it says welcome, and you'll notice that there's a great new video that I've created that goes through the whole system so people can understand how it all works. It also has your unique QR or your unique referral code right there. And then it says, hey, we can go to home or take them to courses, your referral link or your QR code, or go to the dashboard. Okay, but below that is the Learnathon. Now, what's a Learnathon? Well, many places around the country, many schools have a walkathon or they have a readathon where they're putting out a goal. We want to be able to read so many hours as a group, or we're going to go walk so many miles for some kind of a charity or something like that, and people make pledges to it. Well, this is somewhat similar to that. And we've created a wonderful video that goes into great detail on how to be able to do that. And so that's the video that's there. But really, there's a couple steps to it. Step number one is to watch the video and learn how to sign up a whole group. Now, number two is if you want to create a new group, then you need to reach out to us at Success and Money Foundation at Gmail. And then you need to go to step number 3, which is to fill out the form. We want you to fill out the form. And when you fill out that form, we're going to ask you some simple questions. We're going to ask you for your name, your email, a phone number, where are you, what country you are. And then we're going to ask you 3 kinds of questions. Number 1 is what category are you in? And you'll notice you're going to say, well, I'm a high school or a middle school. I'm a college or a church or a charity. I'm a SAM group, or I'm in one of these countries, or it's not listed. Okay. And that will give us more information. Then the next question is, well, tell us more about the category, because there's 3 chunks. There's a category, there's the name of your organization, and then there's the subgroup. So the first one is, well, what are you? Well, we're a church, we're a high school, we're an elementary school. What are you? That's the first question. The second question is, tell us the name of your organization. What's the name of your, so it would be this high school, or it would be the name of your high school or your congregation or your college or university or whatever it is. Well, what's the name of your organization? So you're going to fill that in. And then the last question is, well, do you want some subgroups? So a lot of times schools will say, well, we have 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. Okay, well, you make groups for that. Or you're going to have people who are going to come in and say, well, we have a congregation and we're going to have the young men versus the young women versus the adults versus the kids. So it's just another layer of fun to be able to do that. Now, that is the next step. Step number 3, if you go back to the page. Step number 3 is to fill out the form. And number 4 is to start using your QR code or link, or you can send them to Success and Money. Now, you have to do a little bit of training here so they know which group to be able to put them into. So after that, if you want to, you can add money angels or matchers. This is what's kind of fun, is that we have people that love what you're doing, that are part of your organization, that are already supporters of what you do, and that would say, you know what, I will put some money into the pot. And if these kids go through this many hours, then I will be able to donate this amount of money. Okay, because we want you to be able to find donors that love what you do. We call those money angels or matchers. And so the foundation is going to supply the platform, and it's going to supply the information. And in many cases, it will supply part of that little bit of money. But really the key is to find some other matcher. So this can be a big deal. We want this to be a fun, big deal. Okay, now number 6 is that the participants attend online classes and they earn points. And as they do that, then they all rack up. And then number 7 is the Show Me the Money celebration, where we do the awards to these top scoring students and groups. So that's kind of the system that we have. And now if you go to the leaderboards, we're going to show you some new leaderboards that we've created. So I'm going to have you pull it down to the group leaderboard, and then the next one will be the subgroup. So let's go to the group leaderboard. So the group leaderboard is the one that's going to say, here's the categories, and it'll drill down in all 3 of those. So let's go ahead and click on Philippines, for example. And that says, hey, here's the country. Now we've got 3 major organizations that are competing in the Philippines. So let's click on the top scoring one, Mabuhay. And then they said, well, you know, for the subgroups, we've got 4 different islands, 4 different areas in the country that we work with. And then we have friends and family, and we have admin, you know, so it can be kind of fun to do that. If you go back to the leaderboard, let's pull it down this time to schools. Pull it down to schools, or backwards. Yep. You can say, hey, here's the high schools. That's what are you? I'm a high school. Well, now what's the name of your high school? That's the organization. And you can see there's Campus National right there. You click on that, and then the next one will be, what grade are you in? And it'll go through there, and you can see the different grades that we have. Okay, so that's one of the fun ways to do it. Now, we just created a brand new leaderboard. So let's go back up to the leaderboards, and we're going to show you this one is very similar, except for it drills down one more level. This one starts at the organizational piece, which is the second one. So you got categories, and then you got the name of the organization. So these are the top scoring organizations around the world. And you can see right now that Mabuhay is number 1. And then if you click on Mabuhay, you can see that it goes down and drills down to their subgroups. So this is very similar, but it just starts at the organizational level. And then you can see how you're competing with other people from around the world. Okay, so click on the back there, and let's go show them that list again. So you can see this is the top groups on the organizational level, and then you can click on it to see what the subgroups look like. And it does it by a number of hours. Okay, so that's kind of the system that we have. If you go back to leaderboards for a second, we're going to pull it down to the organizational sheet. And what's nice about this one is that this is a sheet that we update, but it's very fast. And if you were using a phone, you can just pull that up, and this is all time, and then we update it about every month of the numbers, but it's very quick, it's very fast, and you can show it, especially if you're on a phone. So this is the top organizations, and then we'll go back to leaderboard, and we'll pull it down one more time to show you the subgroups. the subgroup sheet. So takes them to the smallest groups, and it says, okay, well, here's the category, here's the organization, but now let's have all the subgroups compete with each other. And you can see that we have churches that are competing with the high schools, countries, and things like that. So now the last piece is the enroller and the influencer. Now, one of the things we're working on is to be able to show you the people that you've enrolled. Now, that's a whole new process that we're working on, but wouldn't it be kind of fun to see the names of the people that you've enrolled and how many people they enrolled? That's one of our big goals we're still working on. But you can pull it down to the top enroller sheet, and you can see here's the group. This is how you're making an influence. This is how you're making a difference. And you can see that Daryl did 112 people. And again, we only update this once a month. And this is the number of hours that these people have done. Now that includes the people that came into the classes they did on their own, plus live classes like the class you're attending right now. And you can see that's the kind of influence that they're having. If you go back to the leaderboards, and this time we pull it down to the enroller. Now we're going to pull it down to the influencer sheet, sorry. And you can see here's Johnson and his wife enrolled 141 people. They enrolled an additional 192 people, and on total, they've been online for over 8,400 hours. So if you want to know, are you making a difference in people's lives? Well, all you've got to do is look at this and you can see that they're making a huge difference in people's lives. So that's kind of the program that we have. So simply go, if you want to start a group, let's go back over to home, and the Learn-a-thon is what we're calling it, because that's what a lot of people do it. And we can call it something else. If you got a better idea, let us know what you think. But if you want to start filling this out, we're going to start doing these big competitions in January. So if you want to start getting your groups together, we'll have a countdown, and every 30 days, we're going to have a whole Learn-a-thon with all kinds of groups around the world competing with each other, because we want to make this fun and entertaining. So that's the system on how to sign up a group. We're going to tell you more of that as we go, but we're going to say goodbye to our friends from around the world, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the next section is that we're going to talk about what's going on in the marketplace right now. We're going to talk to you a little bit about finance, because as you watch TV and listen to the radio, you're just getting snippets, and it's like you walking in on a conversation that somebody already started, and they're all telling rumors about each other. We're going to start at the very top and show you the simplicity of what we're talking about, so that you don't get so confused. And the question is it good or bad if the stock market is going down? Now, again, the only reason we start with that is because we need to get your feet wet. So we're going to say goodbye to you. We're going to come back, and we got another segment. We're going to be talking about what's going on in the marketplace. We're going to talk about dollar cost averaging. We're going to talk about long-term